Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and full review of this WOLFANG GA100 4K 30 FPS action camera with 20 megapixel Wi-Fi, 40 meter underwater case and 170 degrees wide angle and so on and so on. It has really a lot. It looks like it's very attractive set. And yeah, there's not much information here on the box, so let's take it out and see what we get. And I'm going to shoot a couple of videos, and of course I'm going to show you that and also how we can work with the camera, and then I'll give you my final resume. So here's what we get: a very thick user manual in a lot of different languages. And we get a big box of accessories. So as you can see, that's really impressive what we get. So you get a really super complete set with all the cables, with the housing, with the mounting. It includes even a remote control, and here's the camera already in the case. So let's see if we can open that. We push this button here, at the same time we are trying to open. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I would say pretty much standard. We shake it out. Okay, so here we have it, looking really nice, good protection here as well, same in the back. And here we have the ports and also the opening for the microSD card. By the way, microSD card is not included, so you can buy the size which you prefer. And also we see the port for the external microphone. The microphone is here, and here on this side we have two buttons, main release button and the on-off button, and all the buttons are accessible through the housing as well. We get also two batteries for the camera, but we do not get a charger, but we can charge the batteries in the camera. It takes about 3.5 hours. Runtime is about 1 to 1.5 hours. And by the way, we get a separate back opening. The one which is pre-installed, you can see that's pretty hard and thick. That's the waterproof protection. We can remove it and replace it with something thinner. That's more like just a dust protection. The advantage of the dust protection, you can see that here, that's thinner. And when we remove the plastic protection, we can see there are even some openings, so it's more like a dust protection. And this of course then will allow for better audio recording. We just push this thing back, we make it straight, we push this inside, and so we have much better audio. To open the battery compartment is a little bit hard, because we have to push to this side with this button and then open this flap here at the same time. So the only way I managed to do that was with two screwdrivers. So you push against this to this side and then grab the battery compartment cover. So we are adding one of the batteries here, closing the lid again, and then we long press to turn it on, and then we can select the language, English, and then we can set the time. Till now everything is pretty much straightforward. And then we grab the microSD card, make sure that it's class 10, and the pins of the SD card go to the front of the camera. So push it deep inside. If you want to have it back, no problem, as you can see. So the writing goes actually to the screen. And then of course we want to format the card here. There's also Wi-Fi built in. We can push this thing here, this button. You can see it activates Wi-Fi, so we can download a free app, and then we can connect with this SSID and password to this camera. Here we have already 4K 30 frames. As far as I know, there is no electric stabilization in the highest resolution, so I go a little bit lower. I mean, of course, there's no optical image stabilization. There's also no optical image stabilization with the GoPro. They only have electronic stabilization. And to change the settings, we just push here in the front once, and then first it goes into the photo mode, and then it goes into playback mode, then it goes into another thing, and now we finally have the settings. We can change all the settings like video resolution with this up and down. We just choose the settings here, video resolution, we click here to set it, and then we can choose whatever we want. So I'm going with the 1080p 30 frames, which I'm usually doing. Electronic image stabilization on off. Of course we want to go with the on, and then we have a lot of other settings which we can do. Also, one really important setting here in the video settings is the audio recording. Of course we want to record audio, so we click on. And when we want to go to the photo settings, we just push again here. Then we are in the photo settings. You can see so many different things. And then we have the general settings, let's say also with the beeping, which we can turn on and off, and many other things like volume beeping, ISO, saturation, contrast, those things. And we push again here, then it goes into system settings. We even have a car mode, date, time, timestamp, those things, a lot of different possibilities. We push here again and hit the shutter release button, and then we are back here into normal recording. Now we are back in the video recording, 1080p 30 frames, electronic image stabilization, ready to record. We just hit the button here and starts recording. You can see there is definitely some image stabilization, and we have some recording information. So I'm going outside to record a little bit, and then I'll finalize the video. So I'm back here after doing all the tests which I was planning, and everything was successful. And so I've already transferred all the images, all the video footage to my PC. I've been watching it, and I would say it's looking really good. I mean, of course, it's not comparable to the latest GoPro footage. It's not possible, but I would say it's pretty sharp. The colors are nice. I mean, it doesn't have a super high dynamic range, but especially the image stabilization, I would say for this class, what we have here, it's pretty good. There are some problems sometimes a little bit. You can see that sometimes a little bit in the middle of the screen, but usually it's absolutely no problem. I would say I have definitely seen worse than that. So I would say the video footage is on a pretty good level. I've tested the 1080p, and that looked already pretty good with 30 frames. I'm not going higher because otherwise it's difficult to cut after that. And I've also tried the 2K video footage, and this looked then of course even a little bit better. I still kept the 30 frames so you can get it even a little bit better. And also the electronic image stabilization has been doing a great job. As far as I've been able to see, it stabilized this pretty good. There were some small problems, especially in the middle of the screen sometimes, but not always. Most of the time it's a pretty good video quality, I would say, and everything has been working really good. You can make the screen that it's always on. Of course, you also want to know how good the audio quality is, so I decided to make a short selfie here. So this is with the special housing, the housing which doesn't have like a huge frame, so it's almost totally open in the back and in the front. And this is now with the external microphone. I hope that's a little bit better. Let's see how this is. And that's now a microphone test with the dust-proof housing, the dust-proof back cover. And that's now the test with the full waterproof case, 40-meter waterproof. And what I really like is that it has so many features, always this time-lapse, slow motion, and almost all the functions are exactly like with 90% of all the other action cameras. So if you have already used another action camera and you know how these buttons work, so this is pretty much the same. So I didn't even have to look into the instructions manual. So overall, really good package. I can give you full recommendation. So I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.